Success never comes easy. It takes passion, some hard work, and a whole lot of luck to rise to the top. For Richard Branson, the journey from working for a magazine to owning one of the most profitable groups was definitely a roller coaster. But what is it that he did that made him so undeniably successful? Keep watching this video to learn some tips and tricks from the maestro himself. So let's get to it then. First off, always take notes. In his recent MasterClass, Richard joked about having a notebook by his side at all times and that they just never seemed to leave his side. Ever since his younger days, Branson has always believed that by taking notes and jotting down ideas, you stimulate your mind to think better. It would also help keep in mind little things that we usually just gloss over. Writing down things helps a lot with our memory, and the entrepreneur frequently credits his note-taking habit to his success. Not only does it force you to pay attention and help you focus, it also helps us organize our thoughts and declutter our minds. And instead of just making a mental note, why not do the actual thing instead? Studies have shown that summarizing your thoughts in the form of notes is actually really beneficial when you want to keep a record of the things you want to do. In an interview about his peculiar habits, Richard candidly admitted that note-taking is the most important thing he's ever done, without any exceptions. He says that it keeps him organized and gives him the exact push needed to steer in the right direction. If the most successful man on the planet does not mind pinning his thoughts down, then we guess we need to try it out for ourselves too. Be it on an iPad or your smartphone, try incorporating the habit of recording little epiphanies on the go. Because you know what they say, ideas are fleeting. Capture them when you can. Up next, always aim to find a better way. Generally speaking, when you're up against a mountain of tasks and want to get a quick solution to the problem at hand, what's the first question that comes to your mind? It might be that you want to find the easiest way to cross the bridge, but what if there was a better way to do it? You see, most successful startups are born out of frustration. Nope, we didn't say that. Richard did, and he's right. Most inventions in history have resulted from the sheer need to function better. Take the wheel, for example. Back when it was made, no one even knew how crucial it would become to the development of the human race. But it was necessary to come up with such a structure all those years ago because of the functionality it provided. Almost 40 years ago, Richard too found a better way to steer his ship. In an effort to improve the dire experience in the airline industry, Branson saw an opportunity and grabbed it the first chance he got. During one of his trips, when the flight from Puerto Rico to the British Virgin Islands got canceled because not enough passengers were on board, Richard took matters into his own hands and found a small blackboard to facilitate his idea. He wrote Virgin Airlines, $39 one way to BVI, and eventually chartered the plane to his destination. His company's approach has always been, is there a better way? And that's why he's still a top mogul. Not to mention, you need to stand out and have fun. Working hard doesn't always mean you don't get to have some fun along the way. Having a disciplined attitude is great if you want to upscale your business, but if you've got the type of personality that's flamboyant yet firm, then it's the best of both worlds. After all, a little humor never did anybody any harm. When Richard had to first register the name Virgin, it took him 4 years for the entire process. Everyone, including the authorities, thought it was extremely controversial of him to do so, but Richard had his own cheekily explanation for the delay. He argued that since it was his first time in the record business, so he took baby steps with the documentation. While it was a risky move for Rick to delay the process by such a long time, Branson calls it standing out and doing things in a fun way, just as long as no one's getting hurt in the middle. Soon after the CEO's risque stunt, he became even bolder with his decisions to lead the company. No, that doesn't mean he let loose and just let businessy vibes lead the way. Richard kept a neat balance between work and play, and even went bungee jumping for the Virgin Mobile launch in Australia to keep things in equilibrium. Heading so many employees is obviously a tough job, and you need to stay sane in between as well. And as Branson rightly said, if you're going to start a company, don't take yourself too seriously. Following up, remember to hire people who are good with people. A man is known by the company he keeps, and today, if you want to set up an empire of your own, not only do you need good people, but you also need people who are good with people too. In 2005, Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, was one of the 16 entrepreneurs that took part in Branson's show, The Rebel Billionaire. And the first thing that she was tested on was her ability to extend her kindness to strangers. During the episodes, Branson disguised and concealed his identity by impersonating a clumsy, aging taxi driver that was there to pick up the contestants from the airport. While there were plenty of people that mocked him for his appearance and mannerisms, Sarah was the only person who treated him with respect and even helped him with the bags. The ultimate nice person test. Now, while some might seem that this little test might have been unfair, it's actually a great way to assess how genuinely sincere a person is. After this test, Richard let go of many people who had failed the task because they just didn't have the decency to be kind to everyone they encountered. This peculiar screening proved to be important when years down the road, Sarah stayed in the game and ended up becoming a billionaire 7 years later. This is also why Richard is in favor of conducting job interviews in casual casual places like coffee shops. It makes it easier to see a person in their element and see if they are truly good people and not just sucking up to the boss for their job. What's more, never forget to empower your teams. You can hire the best talent in the world and build your business in the fanciest of offices too. But when it comes to yielding good results, if you don't lead your team well, you're going to suffer a lot in that department. Like a machine needs tuning every now and then to ensure it runs smoothly, a team of workers also requires frequent encouragement to be consistently productive. It's human to make mistakes, and even if people who boldly present their ideas end up not achieving much after, as the founder of your business, it's not your job to remind your employee how they have failed. Instead, even if they fail, you should always praise them for trying, because the moment you intend to take the initiative and try to do things differently, that's when your growth catapults. And when you get praised by someone who validates your efforts and holds your opinions in high regard, it naturally uplifts you and motivates you to do even better. Even though Richard is always the man of the hour everywhere, he always makes sure that he's letting cabin crew members know that they've done a good job and went above and beyond his expectations. It's all about how much autonomy you're willing to give your employees over their work. As long as they have a say in what they do, they'll flourish, and ultimately, that is a win-win solution for everyone. These are the 5 habits that Branson swears by for his success, and if you're someone who's dreaming of doing something on your own, then following Rick's advice might just be the best place to start. Lastly, success isn't just measured by the money you make. It's true, sure, money provides a life full of comfort and free of any worry, but it's not always the marker of success. While Richard is always out and about giving advice about success, he's always reminding everyone that money is not the end of the world. It's a common misconception that money is a metric for success, but even if you have everything in the world to be successful, there should never be a point in your life where you feel fulfilled. Success is never a destination, but always a moving target. It's all about striving to do better each day and feeling like there's always room for improvement. And that's a wrap for this video, guys. What do you think about Richard's secrets to success? Are you motivated yet? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more updates like this. Until next time, see you soon.